says we are.
Just asked me if I wanted to. I agree.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and hit record. All right. Well, let's hope we're streaming live. Welcome everybody. It is Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time. Ooh, it's not even 12 p.m. I'm early. It's 11:59 on April 15th, and I'm Jen Cunnings, and this is Energy Alchemy with Jen. And I am here with my new host, Stacy. I don't know if we can see you online, but I have received some help so that we can take more callers and we can um, hopefully monitor the streams in YouTube and on Facebook. And if you are interested in joining me live on Zoom, we can post that in the chat. So, welcome. And it's not, here we go. It is officially noon. We made it. So, let me go to this. Okay. And
And I'm checking on YouTube and not seeing anything pop up just yet. So,
okay. Good. I see. There we go. Okay. All right. And then oops, pardon me. And then if you have a chance to mute Stacy, because I think it's gonna flip back
okay.
between our feeds and then it'll confuse and then we'll pop in. So that would be helpful. Okay. Yeah. For some reason I'm still Hold on, guys. See, there's always something. There's always something for me to navigate here. There we go. All right, I couldn't see. Okay, so welcome to Energy Alchemy with Jen. And again, we are coming on live via Zoom, streaming on YouTube, streaming on Facebook every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time. And this is just really an opportunity to tune in, talk about what's happening energetically, talk about some things that might be coming up for us in the collective, and then also leaving time for us to talk to the callers to support you with intuitive guidance, to support you with whatever is needing. And of course, the long guys show up as soon as I kick on today, and I'm going to mention it. So, um, and yeah, and here they go. Okay. So, what I wanted to share today is that we are in a really powerful portal of April. There is a lot of astrological energies happening. We are embarking on some eclipses coming up. We had a Neptune Jupiter conjunction happen on the 12th this week. So, a lot of opportunity for transformation, for change. And with that, there can be upheaval. With that, there can be disruption in our life. And our bodies are going through tremendous shifts, tremendous up leveling, which means we also need to release. And I pulled a card for us before I came on today. And this was the card. It says flow, release control, divine will, oceanic consciousness. And this is just so key because there is so much happening on so many different levels that if we're in resistance, if we're in rigidity, if we're in any kind of space of, trying to, hold it all in, it's going to be uncomfortable. And so there's so much for us to be aware of that's happening in our bodies, and really it's an invitation for us to be really listening and communing with what our bodies are needing to feel supported, to feel at ease, to feel grounded and centered. I cannot stress this enough. Lots and lots of water, time in nature, time in stillness with your breath. This morning I woke up and Stacy and I met earlier today, and I'm kind of like all over the place. I got all this stuff to do. I'm, getting ready for our show today. I'm, working on some other projects that I've got going on, and my kiddo's home, my husband's home. I'm just like all over the place. So I was like, I have got to go sit down and meditate before I come on to chat with you guys today, because it doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve me. But what I want to share about that is when I gave myself that time to just go within, do some deep breathing, go into meditation, a lot of stuff started clearing. A lot of energy I was holding that I really wasn't even aware of, because I was kind of up here and I was kind of scattered, began to release. And so then I pulled that flow card for us before I came on today and thought, well, how perfect, because there is so much energy flowing into the planet. We've, in addition to all the astrological events, we've got Easter around the corner, we've got solar flares happening, and so we can kind of be on this roller coaster of expansion, contraction, highs and lows. And so really the best advice I can give is to really allow yourself to be in a space of flow, allowance, breathing, feeling, where nothing you're experiencing is wrong. Nothing you're experiencing, whether it's uncomfortable physical sensations, uncomfortable emotional sensations, whatever is presenting for you is your opportunity to just breathe with it, be with it, and embrace it. So that's how I wanted to kick off today's show, because we are in times of intensity, and while it's serving our greatest unfolding, while it's serving our greatest good, there are times where it can be really uncomfortable. I'm teaching my self love alchemy course right now, and we're doing a lot of really deep clearing. We're doing a lot of, releasing of density in our bodies and our DNA. And, some people in the class are really flowing and feeling light with it. And then some people are having a much different kind of experience. And so why I'm sharing that is that it's important that we honor where we are at right now, and not to be in comparison, not to try to band-aid how we're feeling with just like, let's put on a happy face and let's just push through. We're really needing to trust and listen and connect with our bodies and honor our bodies, and that's with this energy of flow. So that's what's coming through so far. And I actually kind of feel like I want to pick one more card that to support that message. So let me go ahead and do that. How perfect. So here we have the Divine Feminine card that is in conjunction with the Flow card. Oh my goodness, like what a beautiful complementary message that is allowing us, or guiding us rather, to be in a space of receiving, to be in a space where we are not in an energy of control, not in an energy of manipulation, but truly in that space of femininity. And as you may or may not know, like the opportunity for us to realign and connect with our divine feminine is very prominent right now. So this is all about us restoring the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And we are healing really deep wounds that have been pervasive through many, many, many years, many, many eons of where the feminine has been oppressed, has been, denied power. So there's a lot of persecutor victim consciousness that's coming into play to heal. And so really this is like this beautiful opening to reconnect with the divine feminine, to feel like the motherly love and the nurturing, where do feel safe to flow and surrender and let go of control. Because if we don't feel safe, that's where control and protection come into play. So there's these paradigms that are breaking down where we can begin to feel more safe to let go. We can begin to feel more safe to surrender, because the reason we do control and protect is because we're operating from a space of survival. So as we allow more of that divine feminine to be embraced and to heal the deep wounds, there is greater opportunity to receive, and that allows us to connect even deeper with the universe, with the whole, with each other. There's less struggle, there's less strife, there's we're not pushing and feeling that sense of disconnection because we didn't feel safe. So how beautiful to have the divine feminine and the flow energy supporting us today. So what I would recommend is for all of us just to take a nice big couple deep breaths, inviting in that feminine, inviting in that flow. I feel like I just kind of did a bunch of like masculine energy. So I want to shift and let's just invite some of that beautiful feminine energy to come in. Okay. So I see that we have someone popping on the Zoom, and Stacy, I'm going to check in with you. Um, are we able to see anything on the YouTube or Facebook?
I see Lars on YouTube right now. Hi, Lars.
Hi, Lars. Okay, and we have Senya. Ksenia, is there anything you would like some support with today?
I don't know. I'm first time today, so I don't have camera on this computer. But next time I will join with other one, so that I will have camera that you will see me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can hear you just fine. So if there's anything specific that you would like to bring into the like whether it's a question or if there's something that you would like some energetic support with.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have some stuff that at work. It's like I am overdoing. I mean, I'm constantly getting stuff to do, and I am underpaid, and I don't know how to switch that. And I am really, at the moment, it's like, I mean, I have a lot of stuff to do, but I just cannot put myself through to do it because I am inside of me, I'm feeling really resented, and that I am not getting the promotion that was promised in February. And now I have to wait for because some certain conditions are here because of the election time and something like that. And so I have to wait till this is going to be over. And I mean, I'm a little bit angry about that because I'm going to be the leader of two projects, and I'm going to get lower paycheck than other people that are going to be under my supervision. So I'm just yeah. And
Yeah, yeah, that can certainly be frustrating and
yeah.
lead to feeling resentful. And it's interesting. I don't know if you had popped on. I had pulled this card of the divine feminine, and so as I'm hearing you and I'm feeling the energy that you're speaking about, I really feel this a block, if you will, a stagnation in your sacral chakra, in your womb, which of course relates to our feminine energy and our connection to that. And so I'm just gonna, before I give you any feedback, I just want you to tune in to your sacral chakra, right below your belly button. And for everyone who's listening to this, you can go ahead and follow along because we all have clearing to do in this area. We all have density in which we've we've held in this space. It's quite the container of our past suffering and pain. So go ahead and just begin to breathe into that womb space. And if you're a male listening, you can do this as well. And is it Ksenia? Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, it's Ksenia. Yes,
Okay.
it's okay. Yeah.
All right. So what I'd like for you to do is really deepen your breath and imagine that the flow of your breath is like coming in like a filling up a balloon down in your lower abdomen area, and just tune into that. And while you're doing that, I want you to feel that anger and resentment and any other feelings and emotions that this experience has triggered for you of being underpaid, undervalued. And let me know if you notice any sensation in that lower part of your belly right now. Or any other part of your body. Oh, I think you muted. There you
Yes,
are.
I just took the headphones because I'm there are many people in the house, so that's why.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's helpful. So I was asking if there were sensations in your body that you're noticing right now.
Yes, I feel uh, in the heart chakra and in the third chakra, and also in the second one. I feel
Okay.
tension and warmth.
Okay.
And yeah.
So and thank you for being aware of those different places, because this is this situation for you that's playing out at work is a representation of many layers of wounding and past experiences that are being shown to you through this experience. And so what I want you to do is not necessarily make it about this current experience, but just being willing to commune with your body right now with all the sensations. And what we're going to do, and again, this is for everybody, we're going to ask to bring up all the places that you have experienced oppression, not being valued, and not valuing yourself, and everywhere you have felt like not enough, and anything else related to this, that resentment, that anger. And we're going to ask your body to begin to loosen all the places that has been, cemented in, that has been stuck in your physical body and your consciousness. And I'm going to bring in some light language to help you release this. What is presenting in this situation is a representation of a lot of baggage from the past. So we're going to ask to release whatever baggage is available for you to let go today. All right, so I want you to just really be present with your body and taking slow, deliberate, deep breaths and being present with all the sensations you're feeling. And then we're going to bring some more energy in to help you release this. It's also down in your root, so it's in many places in your body.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to know all the events that created this. We can just use your body and use our time together, and for everyone who's listening, to release some of the density that we're holding here in any part of the body. So I'm just going to bring some light language in to help you clear this, and you just everybody just deep breathe, big deep breaths. Ora eto no korasati shoro barasana meraso kor anna kiatana yatana kor shakor atadiana maroso tudikia ka arakia. This is the deep oppression of the feminine. Okay, everywhere the feminine had to hide didn't feel safe to be, to express, wasn't valued. E tolo korre e tana mora andania tana maraso tolo kiane marasha korro kota da barase te bara nyakare e toto or unana karaso tolo ki te barashiki. This is also supporting, the collective, and everywhere the feminine has been squished and denied. Eto la kiana molia tana mara eto no kia te barashikia. This keeps coming in, so I'm going to voice it out loud. Like, it was not that long ago that women were granted the right to vote. Like, not that long ago. So we still carry these imprints of this oppression. Okay, so all of us, the whole collective, whether you have a male body or a female body, we carry the trauma of this oppression, because if we oppress one, if we suppress one, we suppress all. So all are affected by this intensity. And so we're going to ask to clear this out of our individual bodies and everyone listening now and later across the collective, and just continue to breathe. Italiotonia, sakurnia shakiana, apare etotor unana ara satana teta maara etankia kiora etanikia. Just asking that those imprints of traumatic experiences to come up, to rise up, and to release. There's also coming in the ways in which our family have confined us, where we didn't feel free to be ourselves. So like the ancestral lineages that have, where the patterns keep playing out throughout the family cycles that keep us from freedom. Etala kora atodore shekora sanakiata de bereshokora atanamor esteta de bereshikiti korokia. And just asking to clear all levels of fear. Etodo bareshikiporo autonomia satanamara eshokoro sakia shekorokia. And let's all take some breaths down into the earth and allow new earth, divine earth energy to flow up. And so how's that feeling for you so far?
I feel much lighter in all chakras, and I also feel like on the back of the spine, like it's coming up, and because I also have hernia in the lumbar area, and now I feel it like a little bit of pressure on the spine, on the back of the third chakra. So and okay. From other places I feel very light and like I can breathe now.
Oh, yeah. Good. Yeah, and there the message that's coming through for you is to be authentic and truthful in your expression, and to stand strong with what is true for you. So if that means, having a conversation and expressing what is true for you, or expressing your resentment, even just, demanding what is equal. And so the hernia and what feels like on your the back of your third chakra there feels like a contained energy. When we experience any kind of suffering, any kind of emotional overwhelm, and we aren't able to process it in that moment, then we like wedge it in and it gets contained. And so it feels like there's a container of energy there that we can see if we can release. So I want you to breathe into that part of you. And again, this is for everybody. Anywhere you're containing something in your body that is you're ready to let go of, let's all utilize this to support that. So just breathing into any place you have stuck something in your body, and we're just going to ask to clear it. And yes, up and down the spine. So go ahead and take some breaths. Imagine the breath going up or down the spine, up the spine, down the spine, up the spine. And we're going to clear the pathways. La caldia nolia kata barasha tata barasso tata beresha mo corro quitana marasa tata barasha kinemaraso corro utana kare. E todo arakiana, de da parakia. There's some in the neck here too. Atalakana yato no yatana mariatana meresha kitoro kutana marasana ashiana ayakia. So we're bringing in, back to our card, we're bringing in flow. So we're asking the crystalline waters of light to flow through the channels along the spine and through the meridians, through the chakras, and through the neuro pathways and in the mind. Godare esotore etatabare esokoro usatabare kia na arkia. Etala arre etanamo oro usatabare eterekia hor etanamashakia. All right. How's that feeling for you?
I still feel a little bit of pressure, but it's like it's dissolving, and yeah.
So just your homework is going to be to spend time with this part of your body, deep breathing in, filling the space up with love, and then breathing out and letting that flow and expand and release. It's like we kind of got it loosened up for you. And so energetically, you're going to keep moving through your body, allowing that flow to move through. And then the next step is actually taking the practical action to express your truth and stand your ground and feel strong to communicate what's true for you.
Okay. I will do that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Keep me posted. Let me know how that turns out for you.
I will. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. All right. So next we have Christina. I see your YouTube. Stacy just let me know. So Christina, I've been having nightmares for the last week to 10 days where I am fighting demons to where I'm yelling in my sleep and keep waking up my husband. This is unusual for me. Okay. Yeah, that's a biggie. All right. Let me go ahead and tune in, Christina. And I can see your chat. And so if there's anything else you want to add to that as I'm tuning in, let me know. Okay. You know what? There's something else I need to do for this. Okay, Christina. Hello, Christina. I love you and I miss you. All right. Christina, is there anything? Okay. I was just checking to see if there was anything external, like any attachments, any dark entities, and I was getting a no on that. So it might just be something internal. So it feels like the energy is coming from your heart space, Christina. And it feels like there's an internal conflict. So that's why I wanted to check to see if that darker energy was coming from outside of you, and my sense is it's coming from inside. And so there's something within yourself that's a shadow aspect that feels like it's needing attention. So that's the energy that's presenting. And let me go ahead and see if we can have you meet that part of yourself. I know you're probably at work right now, but if you can, Christina, just close down your eyes, and just kind of reference the dream of where you're fighting. And maybe even bringing that image back in. And even though, seeing like a demonic figure in our dream, like we want to run or fight or run the other way, like whatever that rejection response is, I'm wondering if you can just sit with that demon, that expression of however you're perceiving it. So instead of fighting, instead of resisting, instead of running, like, could you just meet that in a way that feels compassionate and loving? And I'm going to bring in some energy to support. Like, imagine that you hold, Christina, so much love in your heart and it pours out, enveloping everything that you are coming into contact with. So then you can change and transmute that energy. Alayanya kola korana morasatare ketoro konakiara sheyakua. Anaya moretana kiana arliana rasotana barasi. Ekoroto rakunamar soto nadia satayaki. Anaya kanaya kora kanarasha. Yeah, I see your message. I was fighting it and telling it to go. So what would it feel like to do the opposite of that? What would it feel like to, just meet that and say, I see you. I see you through the eyes of love. And I'm here to accept you as you are. I'm here to share the love in my heart with you. She says, yes, loving it and helping. Awesome. So what I would recommend, Christina, is to continue to meet this as part of you. And whatever thoughts, feelings, and judgments come up, acknowledging those, and then seeing if you can shift into compassionate acceptance and embracing back into the whole of you. Okay, good. She says, feeling so much lighter to approach that way. Yeah. I think there's going to, and you're a beautiful energy worker, and I know this is, not your first rodeo. So I would recommend, homework to, continue to meet this aspect and continue to see what comes up in the way of judgment, what comes in the way of resistance, and then shift that into what would it be like if I were to perceive this through the eyes of God, through the eyes of love, and embrace and bring it all back in. How's that feeling? Like, does it feel lighter in this moment? And hopefully I can see her chat here. I'll give it a minute. Okay. All right, Christina, I'll keep an eye out for your response, and then I'm going to move over to, and I think Sweet Fairy-ish was next, Stacy. Is that right?
Yes, it's Sandy, it looks like, and she's on Facebook. So.
Oh, from Facebook. Okay. I see her on.
What does the universe wants to?
Go ahead.
She's just saying, what does the universe tell me about the draw or attraction I feel for this man? It makes me overwhelmed.
Okay. All right, Sandy. Let me see if I can tune in here for you. Actually, I feel like I want to draw a card for you. Okay. And then I'm just going to tune in. Yeah, so it feels like a magnetically strong pull experience that it is for your self-reflection. So there's something that this attraction, that this magnetic vibrational match is going to show you about yourself. So what I would advise you to do is sit with yourself and all the feelings that this connection and relationship are bringing up for you. You know, and you can even create two columns because I feel like there's some ones that are positive and then some ones that maybe feel a little heavier. And so essentially every single thing that comes into our lives, our relationships, our jobs, our family, you know, everything is showing us something about ourselves, something that might need healing, something that might need resolution, something that's out of alignment. So, you know, we can look at some of the relationships that we have that are really positive and we're like, oh, this is wonderful. But then we have these, you know, not so positive relationships. And then we're like, oh my gosh, this person is horrible. And, you know, I feel like this when I'm around them. But what we can ask is, what is this showing me about me? So it feels like there does feel like a very strong magnetic, like you're pulling him in to have a really clear mirror in front of you about what needs attention within yourself. So and it does feel like there's a, you know, this isn't your first meeting with this person. And let me see if let me go ahead and just tune in the body and see if there's any specific energies that we can clear around this to help give you greater clarity. So there's also something about you maintaining your sense of self in this person, in this relationship, because it feels like you kind of like maybe you've had a pattern of past relationships where you've given yourself away. If you're an empathic person, sometimes we end up in like codependent relationships and we lose ourself. So I'm feeling like there's an opportunity for you to really reclaim who you are outside of all your relationships. Let's see what else. In alongside what I just said, it's also about strengthening your sense of self-empowerment, right? So again, if we're giving our energy away or we're allowing ourselves to lose ourselves in certain relationships, we negate our power. We give our power away. So there does feel like there's some power play energy underneath here. And again, the invitation is to look back to where, you know, can I be the most, you know, connected sense of self, feeling empowered to be me. And no matter what relationships are coming into my life, that sense of self remains strong and clear. Okay, I just came from a tough situation career-wise, and now this magnetic connection. We are working together since April 1st. We are not dating, just a few conversations. I'm an empath. Yeah. So no matter here's the interesting thing about relationships. It's like, you know, we can have a really casual relationship and we see somebody in the hallway at work, or we can have a really deep partnership. That doesn't mean that that person's, you know, not able to show you something about yourself, no matter what the, you know, level of casual or intensity. She says, I want to stand in my power and I hope him and I can be friends, if anything. Okay. So what I do want to do with you energetically, Sandy, is to see if we can clear some places where you have given your power away. This does feel like the central place. When I tune into your body that needs attention is where there's been a constriction of power. So again, for everybody listening, anybody who's having any sense of powerlessness or any place you would like to, turn up your power, turn up your sovereignty, turn up your sense of self, we're going to bring in some energy to support self-empowerment now. And then in addition to that, we're clearing the places where we have felt like a victim or powerless. So coming in first to clear some of that powerlessness. Eto la kare e soto no yasha korosana meresha kadabara soto di kana yata de liana no korokuta da barasha kunama asatana yakiata na yaka. Eta yashoto de yasha korosana meresha kadabare eta korokusata da barasana no yasha kia ana korokusana. Yeto do dia sata da barasha kunamaro soto do koro uta da barasha mo korokushikia. So we're just really cleaning out our solar plexus area right now, clearing out places. And this kind of goes back to the original conversation we had kicking off today about, where the feminine has felt oppressed and felt powerless. So there's definitely a theme that's coming up in our call today. And then as we're clearing in its place, we're going to bring in the true pure essence of power, pure divine feminine power, pure divine masculine power, and merging that union in our solar plexus so we can reharmonize the true expression of our soul's power. Alore na korosanya ashol kores tatabare shiketokoro sokur mariki. Ano koroso tadebera shonameresha korana kiatanayata na sanaraya. Etana mara satanemeresha kiatodoyanamoro sakia. And if there's a representation of power for you, something symbolic, I like to use the sun or maybe like a lion. Whatever that might be for you, just bringing in the energy of power into your belly. And as we purify our power, we're also going to call back anywhere we've given our power away. So we're detaching and calling back everywhere we've given our power away and just restoring. Okay. So how is that feeling, Sandy? Are you noticing anything in your abdomen? Because that's kind of where I'm feeling this energy shifting. And anyone else who might be receiving this, feel free to comment as well if you're noticing anything in that area, or if there's anything pertaining to this energy of self-empowerment in purification, because this is a really big one. So as we bring it up together, we bring it up, for everyone who's here. Okay. She said feeling better in the abdomen. We'll replay it again. Yes. Anytime we do a transmission of light language, it's always helpful to, listen again because it'll be received at different levels. So goody. All right. How we doing, Stacy?
Looks good so far. Sandy says I'm a Leo, so if anything were to happen, I'll keep my boundaries and keep my power.
Perfect. And then, and the Leo, call that lion energy in. Call that lion energy to kind of really strengthen in your solar plexus. Awesome. All right. So do we have Michael next?
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how are ya?
Doing good. So, as you probably know, there's a lot going on in the collective right now as far as energies coming on the planet, right?
Right.
Been working through a lot of stuff. I just want to know if there's any obstacles that are keeping me from, feeling that easy breezy kind of fun energy that,
Um,
this energy could become.
uh-huh. Yeah. So ask me that another way.
Sure. What, thing that you could possibly read from me that's, creating obstacles within me from allowing that fun and easy breezy energy coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay. My my because I know you. I'm
Yeah.
already answering, but I'm like, no, let's just tune in and well, actually, you know what? I am going to answer that before I tune in because this it's a beautiful question and it's for everybody because essentially, anytime we're not in flow, it's because we're in our head and we're operating from old belief systems and programs and things like that. So if you reflect back to our childlike nature when we were kids before we, became adulterated with all this stuff, then we know that like, oh, like there's a possibility to have that fun and have that play. But at some point we begin to lock it up. So it's really our mental mind constructs that prevent us from that easy breezy, right? So what I'll say to that, and I will tune into you specifically, but what I'll say to that is that requires that reconnection to yourself, your inner self, not the mental self. And so there's many ways in which we can do that. We can do that through meditation and just communing with our inner child. We can do that with communing with nature. We can do that with creative expression. What we can't do it with is approaching it from the problem solving perspective, because that's just the mind trying to like, figure it out again. And that's not our way, right? Like when you think back to being a kid and you were, as you say, in the easy breezy space of
Yeah.
enjoyment and flow, like you were just you didn't have to think about it, you didn't have to force it, you just were in your being, right? So that's really the key is what brings you and everyone who's listening, like what brings us back to our being, that just true sense of enjoyment and fluidity and flow, which really helps to represent that divine feminine, because that's that receptivity. So whether it's singing, dancing, art, breathing, skipping through nature, going to the park and getting yourself on a slide or a swing, right? It's just helping you to reconnect back to that aspect of you. So, the obstacles truly are the mental mind. Like, and, I'm kind of speaking across the board. But so specific to you, Michael, what we can tune into is just to see, where do you resist that? Where, what point are you holding in your body where you bought into the belief that it wasn't okay for things to be easy breezy? Or, I think there's certain points in our childhood development where we go from like just this carefree sense to, oh, now I have to be responsible and take charge, and oh, I didn't realize like life was hard, so I better step up, and whatever that story is, right? That's just an example. So then we create these, belief systems that say, oh, I have to do it this way. I have to let that part of me go. Now, certainly as adults, there are responsibilities that we need to take, right? So then it's like the reconnection of the adult self with the child self, because certainly we don't want to let our 2-year-olds take control of our lives right now. It's not it. But what happens often, like energetically, is we create a space we create a barrier of separation between us and our younger childhood self, right? So we're reconnecting with the inner child, we're embracing the inner child, and then we're giving that inner child space and time to express, however that is unique to you. And we live in a busy hustle bustle world with lots of responsibilities. And so our default is to not actually consider that. So for you, it would be a commitment to yourself, your commitment for things to feel more easy breezy and flowing. And that commitment is also to say, okay, I'm going to tune in every day to, the part of me that desires joy, right? And childlike play, and ask, what does my child, what does my inner child want to do to express itself today? And even if it's just giving yourself 5 minutes of flow to do that, right? Like skipping down the street or doing some finger painting or whatever it is. Like I know you're into theater. It could be doing something with that kind of drama expression. So again, it's going to be unique to each of us, but it really is important because as adulting we've created these places of divide, and so that's the invitation. And we can also look to look deeper, to feel in deeper, to see, where did we deny that? Where did we reject that part of ourselves? When did we really create that divide? Or perhaps created a judgment to say like, oh, it's not okay to be that easy breezy. It's not okay to be carefree, or even it's not safe, right? So there's a lot of different places where we, had those experiences of not safe, not okay. And those are the obstacles, right? So then now we can look to see like, well, what's in the way of me connecting with that aspect of myself? And then we can just tune in and do that now. But what I would encourage everyone who's listening who relates to this is to follow along. And I'm just going to guide us through, and we got some time to do this, is to look for the parts of ourselves where we have denied or rejected or resisted our inner child through us as adults. So let's do that. Sound good?
So,
okay. All right. So if you're in a place to kind of just close down your eyes and get into your body, go ahead and do that. And if you're listening to this later on replay, I think that would be a nice experience for us to do this as a group. Where we can really receive, because it's very, very important for us to connect with parts of ourselves from our inner child that we have disconnected from. And we've all done it. So, okay, let's just take some nice deep breaths, just kind of letting yourself get settled in the seat that you're in, and taking a big deep breath in down into your lower belly, and then breathing out just to get nice and centered and settled in the body. And together we can open up the communication with our body, with our consciousness of the body. And then we can also ask to connect into our inner child. And you might see, sense, or feel your inner child, and it can be any age. Just asking your inner child to represent the part of you that you had to separate from. And whatever was the precipice to deny this part of ourselves or shut down this part of ourselves, we're asking the consciousness of our body to show us, where are we holding the energy of rejecting our inner child, or pushing away, or judging our inner child? And where do you feel that in your body now? And for you, Michael, I feel that two places for you. I feel that in your third eye, forehead, and I feel that in your solar plexus. Let me know if you feel it anywhere else.
I felt it in my spine, like the base chakra area right there. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we're just going to bring some energy in to clear some of these obstacles where we created a separation from self, from our younger self. And just continue to breathe and receive. Ora shoto de baraso no kana etotora sata de barashana mokoro kutada yetana marasatana yata de laknya otokoro shakara sanariatana mokoro kwa. So everywhere we denied joy, everywhere we denied ourselves freedom to be carefree and happy, and everywhere we separated from the younger parts of ourselves that had a greater capacity to be in that flow, to be in that creative expression of self, can we ask the body to begin to release, uproot, and remove all the barriers, all the obstacles, and all the places we separated. Alakara eshoto de barasa da reina da are shekoro uta da barra esatano yani kiana lekania shoko. And anybody, you might want to even kind of move around, see if there's anything that needs to kind of just wiggle out of your body. And now we're going to invite in our inner child, and also asking the divine feminine to join our inner child to come back into this loving space in our heart. So you can just imagine opening your arms like in an embrace and saying, come on back in. Let's have fun together. I'm going to give you a space where you can, have fun, express yourself, create, where you get to just be without care or concern, just free and fun and fluidity. Just letting your inner child know with whatever you want to share, that like, hey, I'm gonna commit to have time with you together where we can open up, just really feeling the flow of joy. Maybe there was something that we've done as kids that, like, whenever we were doing that, it just felt, where you lose time and nothing else matters and you're just in the moment and you're so there and you're just having that, really beautiful experience. And let's bring that in along with our inner child, feeling that sense of just contentment and whatever else that brought you. And we're just going to bring in some energy to kind of help reconnect, like really merge back with these parts of you. Just letting that flow in now for everybody. Kotana malaya tonaraya shanaraya shokora sakia. Alakara esa taliana de shakaron roso totoparo quarta diasha. So Michael, can you kind of feel that reconnection, remerging happening?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I got the image of show and tell and getting my Tonka toy,
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Yeah, and this is so huge for us, and I'm so glad you brought it into the space today, because so many of us, I know I have cut off that part of us, and it truly is I don't know what the right word is, but like, we can receive so much from our inner child. And again, the homework, the home play is to remember to talk to that part of ourselves and give ourselves the freedom to express in that way. And that's going to help to integrate more of this, right? So we've merged and now we can integrate, and it can, become a part of you where, you're not separate from your inner child. You get to be in that space of play all the time.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right. Well, I think we are at a wrap. Thank you so much, Stacy, for co-facilitating and hosting. And again, we will be with you guys. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Stacy's here to, I think I've told you guys last time, like, my original broadcast platform got pulled out from under me, and so, or just kind of disappeared. And so I am still in the, let's see how this rolls process. We might, shift things around a little bit. Things might, we might go to a different platform. I don't know. And so here we are on Zoom. We're going to be streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on my Facebook page. And we'll see where we end up next week. But I thank you, Stacy, for being willing to just show up and play with whatever unfolds. And thank you, Michael and Ksenia and Sandy and Christina, for showing up today. I see Mayan. And I really, really appreciate you guys coming on. And again, every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time. And then I will post the recording. The live recording will be on YouTube as well. And I may be sharing that other places. So thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful Easter weekend. Know that the energies that are happening right now are quite powerful. So back to the original message, flow, give yourself, whatever you need to honor your body. And Michael, thank you for bringing in that childlike play, because, maybe we can all go on an Easter egg hunt this weekend and remember what it's like to just be in that space of fun and, having maybe like a belief in the Easter bunny, right? So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care.